Hello, good evening. Welcome to another live show. It's Friday. It's just gone 8 o'clock and there is plenty to talk about around the football world. This is your opportunity. This is your voice. We give you that opportunity to come on and talk about your club, talk about anything football at all. We're live on YouTube. You can look up the Supporters Club, and we're also on our Facebook page as well. You can see the links on there. If you want to get involved, click on the link, come into the studio. You'll go into a little green room and I'll bring you onto the screen when we're ready. So we've got plenty to talk about for this evening. We've got some Truro City fans that have joined us. So we're going to start talking all things Truro City in a minute. A bit of a poor start to the season, or is it? Is this what they were expecting? We'll find out in just a minute. So once again, on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, and all that kind of thing. You can also get involved by emailing us. So our email address is footballfanpool@gmail.com. I'll ping you our emails with links when we're going to go live. So you get that first opportunity straight to the front of the queue, and you can get it off your chest, whatever you want to talk about. So let's get started, shall we? Let's bring in Owen. Owen's a Truro City fan. So let's bring him into the studio now. Hi,
Yes,
Owen.
lad. How's it been?
Yeah, not bad. You doing all right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You look like you're chilling out.
Mate, I'm comfy, waiting for the game tomorrow.
Are you really? I bet you are. What are you? So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Just introduce yourself. So Truro City fan.
Yeah,
You in
I
Cornwall?
go, yeah, live in Cornwall, go pretty much every home and away game.
Have
So
you?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not been a good year so far, but
No, it's not. It's not. What?
I've enjoyed it.
How long have you been a Truro fan?
Only 2 years, so this is the second year now. Because obviously they're 5 years away from home.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think 100 miles up the country.
It's been so difficult, isn't it?
So obviously on the return season home, got a season ticket and thought, why not commit to it?
So you had the good times last season.
Yeah, last year was mint. This year
this is football. It's that roller coaster, isn't it?
I mean,
so what? Let's get stuck straight into it, shall we? What were you kind of expecting for this year? So before a ball was kicked, what was your hopes?
I mean, not dead bottom, to be honest. I was thinking we could escape relegation. I'll give it at least that.
Yeah.
And we ended that season really, really good, and then our star player left, and we've got nothing up top. We need a striker. We can't score.
No.
So you watch any Truro game, we dominate the ball. We're a good side, but up top we got nothing to us. So
no, Tyler Harvey he was the man for a few years now, isn't he? But is he the answer?
He needs some help. He can't do it all by himself, and we're not looking fit enough for National League levels, in my opinion.
Okay. Do you think the manager would have known this before going into the season? Is that something that you're disappointed with? Or?
Yeah, I am, to be honest. I mean, John Askey, he's got promoted in the National League before. He's gone up into League Two. He's taken on these clubs.
Yeah.
He was supposed to. He always goes on. He knows this league.
Yeah.
But you are questioning him. Like, obviously, he's done bits for the club, and you can't get any better than him. But something needs to change, otherwise we're going down. 100%. I think the other Truro lads in there, if you to get them on, they would agree with that statement.
Yeah, we've got a few waiting. I'll bring them on in a second, and we'll.
Something needs to change.
Yeah. What is it? Would you change the manager, or I know like football fans we're quite knee jerk, aren't we? But
No, I love John Askey personally. It was
Yeah,
we let Jays KB go, who's gone to Grimsby Town,
yeah.
and
Was that
then
the club
we
or was that him?
I think if a League Two side comes cool, then you're not going to say no, are you?
No,
And I
no.
think that's fair enough from him and the club. But we failed to replace him,
Yeah,
and we relied on him a lot last year, and
yeah,
it's gone down since.
yeah. It's a shame,
The,
isn't it? Yeah,
yeah,
just looking at some results this season. So obviously, last time out on midweek, so losing away to Brackley Town by the goal to nil. To be fair, a lot of your games have been quite close, haven't they?
yeah. So that Brackley Town game, I wasn't able to get up there. It was the second game I've missed this year, but I was
Mm.
watching it on TV, and I think if you check the stats, we had more possession, we had more passes.
Yeah,
Anyone that watched would say we dominated that game, but I don't think we had a shot until the 93rd minute.
yeah, yeah. That's
It's poor,
yeah. I've
poor.
been to one game this year. I think it was the Aldershot, was it midweek? Aldershot
Yeah,
down 2-2, and I was quite impressed, to be fair. Box to box, I thought you did all right. It was just inside the boxes where you kind of let yourselves down a little bit. You had a little bit of naivety towards the end, 2-1 up. Kind of could have had a penalty. I think you went down a bit too easy. And then literally a minute later, you're kind of picking the ball out of the net, where kind of chasing the third goal, where I don't know, I don't think you really needed to be fair.
no, I mean there's Truro fans which can give a better opinion. I've only supported the club for 2 years,
Yeah,
but I'm viewing it as I'm blessed to watch National League football. Like it's a great experience. But
yeah.
if we were to get better in that, we signed a new striker today.
Oh, you have? Who
Yeah.
have you got in?
Ooh, can't remember his name, but
No.
hopefully he'll solve some problems, and we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah,
He
has he
could
got
he
league
could be the turning
experience?
point.
Or
Yeah, he's played for, I know it was York.
okay.
I think he played for Barnsley up in League Two,
Oh wow. Okay.
and another National League side, which I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of.
Okay.
And we also signed Rakeel Pike as a striker, but he's been out injured the whole
Right.
year, pretty
Okay.
much. So
Yeah.
it's not ideal, is it?
No, well, fingers crossed for tomorrow. It's a what is it? Home against
Yeah, home
Morecambe.
game. Yeah, and obviously they're struggling. They almost got them. Oh, what happened to them? They were borderline not a club. They got brought out last minute, if you
Oh, of course
knew
they
about
were,
that.
weren't they? Yeah, that was it. That was
Yeah.
everyone was hoping
So
Tyson Fury would come in and
yeah.
put money where his mouth is.
So fingers crossed. That should be 3 points on the table tomorrow. And we'll have to see. But
Yeah, I think just looking at the league table now, I think Morecambe in 22nd out of 24, Truro 24th. Morecambe have played 3 games less, so they've played 8 games. They've won 2. They're on 7 points. So a win for Truro tomorrow will put them on 7 points, and it will really kind of close that gap up. It's still close, Tanner, isn't it? It's the old
yeah,
get a couple of wins and
I mean, we've got two close games now. We've got Morecambe tomorrow, and then we've got Woking next week, who I think are also
yeah.
borderline relegation. So
Okay.
it's these next two games are important. We've played out of the top 10. I think
Yeah.
we've played seven of them.
Yeah, that's a tough
So
start, isn't it?
the season starts tomorrow, really, in my eyes. If we can get a
Absolutely.
point and get going.
Yeah, I think it's whatever level you're playing at, it's that your own little league, isn't it? Whether you isolate, you mean the bottom 7 or 8 teams, and think right, as long as we pick up points against these teams, they're your 6 pointers, aren't they? Um,
Yeah,
and like you said, with Morecambe and Woking both coming up, they're both in the bottom 4. They're the ones. You mean you get 6 points out of those two. You know, it's easier said than done, but you get the 6 points out of those two, and it's a completely different outlook, then, isn't it? You start looking up rather than do you know what I mean? Everything's a bit more positive, but.
yeah. I think tomorrow's such an important game. If we can win that and then go into Woking with that momentum,
Mm,
almost like knowing we can win games and we can score goals,
yeah,
it will do bits for the season. If we can get 2 wins on the bounce, it's
yeah.
that season's completely different already. But
Absolutely, absolutely. All right.
yeah,
What we'll do is we'll bring Finn in. So we got Finn. If he's gonna come up. Nope. Is that link working? No, it doesn't seem to be working at the minute. I'll see if I can bring. We got Finn.
I'll send Finn a text quickly if you want,
All right. No
see if
worries.
he's
Yeah,
about.
no worries. I'll bring someone. I'll bring someone else in. We've got Aidan who's standing by. So I'll bring Aidan in. All right. I'm not sure what football team Aidan supports. Aidan, are you Truro? No, Aiden's gone. We'll carry on talking Truro.
So he's saying that he is there.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't see him on our list. No. Okay. We'll carry on talking Truro for a minute if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your choice, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, we've got Finn. So Finn's there, ready to go. So we'll bring Finn in. All right. Thanks, Owen.
Right, lovely speaking to
All
you,
right.
mate.
Good luck for tomorrow, mate. And
Thank
yeah,
you.
anything you want to get off your chest, click on the link, get involved, and yeah, join us, mate.
Will do.
Take care, buddy. Hello, Finn. Hello, Finn. Can you hear me? Finn? Nope, we seem to be struggling with Finn at the minute. So yeah, just talking about Truro City there. Big game tomorrow at home to Morecambe. So Truro bottom of the league. It played 11, won 1, drawn 1, lost 9. Goal difference of -14. So just the 6 goals scored. So like Owen was saying just then, it's really in front of goal where Truro are struggling. So yeah, if Truro can sort that out, I know he said they've signed a striker today, so who's got Football League pedigree. So that's going to be a massive bonus to them, and hopefully he can start contributing. Whether he's going to be eligible to play tomorrow or not, I'm not sure. But if he can get in the side and play tomorrow, then hopefully he can score some goals, which will start moving Truro up the league. We'll try again with Finn. Are you there, mate?
Yeah.
How are you doing? All right.
Yeah, good. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, mate. Are you up to move the camera down a little bit? We can.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll just put it.
You in your there we go. He's got the shirt on.
Yeah.
So Truro City fan then, Finn?
Yeah.
How old are you, bud?
13.
13. How long have you been a Truro fan?
About 6 years.
6 years. All right, so you've done all right then. You've gone through some of the bad times.
Yeah.
And now it's the good times, is it?
Well.
Kind of.
Struggling.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this season so far, mate?
Well, on the ball, we're passing it around nicely, but up front, we've got absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know much about the lad that Owen was talking about who's come in today?
No, not much. I think he did play for Barnsley, and a few people have said he was decent for them.
Yeah. Do you know his name?
It's Aiden something.
Is it? Okay. So you're hoping that he's going to score the goals and that are going to get Truro moving up the league?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you we spoke briefly there to Owen about it. What did you what was last season like? I bet it was
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah. Nail biting towards the end with a bit of a tight finish and
yeah, very
going up on the last day. Yeah. Were you one that got on the pitch?
Yeah.
It's all right, you won't get told off. What was that like to experience that?
Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So what was your kind of expectations or hopes, if you like? I know they're two kind of slightly different things, but what were your expectations and hopes coming into this season?
Really, just to stay up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only thing anyone's really wanting at the minute.
Yeah. Do you feel you're kind of still well set to do that, or?
Yeah, I think we've still got loads of time to turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Owen said, like tomorrow's huge, really.
Yeah.
They're struggling a lot. So.
Yeah. Okay. I think, like I said to Owen, doing Morecambe third from bottom. I know they've played 3 games less than Truro, but they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 5. They scored 12, so twice as many goals as Truro in 3 fewer games, and conceded 22, which is 2 goals more than Truro. So it looks like, defensively, they can be got at, and potentially there's might be some fortune in there for Truro tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Are you going to the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you normally stand or sit?
Stand behind the one goal in the east stand.
Right. Okay. So you're in with the singing lot, are you?
Yeah.
Brilliant. What's your highlight so far? So in the whole time you supported Truro, any memories?
Probably last season, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the whole of the season.
Yeah, there was a few games in particular, like Worthing away.
Yeah.
Watson,
You went away to Worthing, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your first away game, or?
I went to both Torquay ones.
Yeah.
And I was at Hemel. And I was
okay.
in Western last season.
So you've done a bit of travelling then?
Yeah.
Who do you travel with?
Just go out with my dad.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Is your dad a big Truro fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he play himself?
He don't play now.
Did he play before? Did he used to play or?
Nah, he played
No.
golf.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he quite a big Truro fan as well? Then has he got into it recently because of you? Was he?
We both kind of started supporting at the same time. I think.
Yeah.
Just once we moved around Truro, he started going, and then I just started going with him.
Yeah, I think it's it's a good football club, isn't it? Obviously had the ups and downs over the last few years, and obviously being out of the county hasn't helped that. But now I think the club is just looking for stability, really, aren't they? And kind of just staying up. Maybe 2 years ago, I think they played about something like 15 games in about 3 weeks, didn't they? To stay up, to go from that to kind of getting promoted on the last day of the season last season to where they are now. I think it's been phenomenal. And it's great. And the attendances have been good as well, haven't they?
Yeah, been above 2,000 so far.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think the whole of Cornwall, I think maybe Pirates, potentially the rugby club, get maybe more than that sometimes, but
yeah,
I think it's certainly the most well supported club.
definitely.
Just off the top of my head. Sorry.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you think tomorrow then? What's your prediction?
I think we can win 2-1, hopefully.
You think so, yeah?
Yeah, I reckon if we can just put our chances away.
Yeah.
We've got this one player who can dribble past every defender, but he just shoot for his life.
Yeah.
Every shot, miles wide or over. So
yeah.
if we put the chances away, then we can definitely win.
Who's that? Which player?
Dominic Johnson Fisher.
Oh, right, okay. Was he play out wide, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So do you reckon the new striker will get a start tomorrow? Is he going to be potentially off?
I don't think he'll start tomorrow, but I reckon he'll start on Tuesday night against Eastleigh.
Eastleigh, is that a home game?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a league game, would it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just looking at the flicking through the table now. So Eastleigh are 14th. So they're probably on the cusp of that kind of league that Owen, we were talking about with Owen. If you can kind of keep in touch with the teams around you in your own little 6 or 8 team league, and pick up the points against those teams, then that would stand you in good stead, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So
we had probably one of the toughest starts in the whole league.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's always going to be a tough season, though, isn't it, mate? You look at, I'm just looking at the table now. If you look at Forest Green, Rochdale, Carlisle, Scunthorpe, York, Southend, Hartlepool, that's just the teams in the top kind of 10. Then you look at like Halifax, Yeovil. They've all got real good kind of football league pedigree. So it's not just on the field; it's kind of off the field where their kind of structure is set up for that higher level football. And even like Southend, do you know what I mean? I think they're regularly, even at the minute, kind of pulling 8, 9, 10,000 crowds, aren't they? So I think budget-wise, they're going to be. Have you heard much about the club? I think the club's up for sale. Is that right, Truro?
Yeah, there's like 70% of it up for sale at the minute.
Is it? Yeah. Is there any kind of rumours? Anyone looking to come in and invest?
I don't think so. I think the old owner might be interested, but I don't know.
Yeah. Was that Pete Masters?
Yeah, he's been on the Facebook group a lot, posting and stuff.
Right, okay. Is he kind of posting as somebody who's looking to get involved, or maybe just as a fan or somebody?
He just posts like, get the numbers in like before every match, and he posts after every match and stuff, which he never really used to do. So.
Oh, right, okay. So he's a bit more involved now, and
yeah.
Would you like him to come back in, or?
Yeah, well, I've definitely probably got the smallest budget in the league.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think you need. I think maybe a couple of Hollywood actors is what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Wrexham. I think I've always said though, like I know when the two guys took over at Wrexham, I've always felt that someone like Truro would be perfect for that kind of takeover. Because I feel if you can get momentum in this area, we've never had a football league club. Do you know what I mean? Playing like the National League, where Truro now is the highest level that anyone's ever played. I think if we can get a football league club down here, I think the momentum that would gather, because there's still so many people that go out with the county to watch football.
Go up to like Argyle and Exeter and stuff. Yeah,
that's it. Well, if you go around if you go past the local railway stations in Cornwall on a Saturday morning, it's full up with people making their way up to watch Argyle. So I think do you know what I mean? If you can kind of gather that support and that momentum behind Truro, which it's kind of heading that way at the minute anyway with the increasing crowds.
Yeah.
I think it's all kind of primed for the football club to go on from strength to strength. But so who's your favourite Truro player then? Who do we kind of go on a Saturday looking forward to watching?
Probably Yassine Anaya
Yeah, where does he play?
in midfield.
What, centre mid?
Yeah.
What kind of a player is he? What does he do?
Well, he just runs around, really wins every ball.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Is he like attacking? Is he or?
He's just box to box, really. He does it all.
Yeah. So what with Oxlade-Chamberlain? He's been in and out of the side the last few weeks, isn't he? From being kind of like a first was right back last season.
Last season, he was probably like one of our best players.
Yeah.
And then this season, a lot of the time, he's just not really looked like he's bothered.
Right. Okay. Do you think was he linked with anywhere in this? Because I know he signed quite late in the summer, didn't he?
He was linked with a move to Barnet, I believe.
Barnet. Okay. Yeah. And are they same league as Truro?
They've just gone up.
They've just gone up.
The League Two.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah.
But he signed very late, and then he just hasn't really looked too bothered since we started the season.
Is he really? Do you think he's because I remember seeing a while ago there was an interview with the guys who manage and coach the Cornish Pirates Rugby Club, and they were saying that they signed a lot of players. They kind of signed the best players they could initially, but they struggled to settle, kind of like being in a rural area like Penzance and places like that. So I just kind of interested in how that kind of relates to Truro, or whether players coming down to live down here feel isolated.
Attract players to come and live down here and stuff.
Yeah,
wants to come this south and stuff.
It's difficult, isn't it? And I think like the lure of if players get offered League One, League Two, and maybe closer to cities, family life might be a bit easier. And because even like clubs like Argyle have said previously that they've struggled to bring players down because of how isolated they are down there. But do you think that's a factor with Truro?
Yeah, definitely. I think our coach is looking at getting a training ground up in Bristol.
Are they really?
To try and attract more players down.
Yeah. Do you know where the players live? Do they all live locally, or
a lot of them live up in Plymouth, I believe?
Do they? Where do Truro train now?
Mostly in Manadon in Plymouth.
Ah, right. Okay.
Some down at the ground, but not many.
Okay. Do they so are they full time though?
Yeah, they went full time over summer.
They did. Yeah, so that in itself is a massive kind of financial commitment, isn't it, for the club? And obviously to honour those contracts and that. So, and I think if a player gets, that the thing is with Premier League, we always kind of like look at Premier League players and the amount of money they're on. But I think even at that level at Truro, if players are getting offered a couple of £100 a week more at one club than another, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going with a Truro win tomorrow?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, you got a pre-match routine, have you? Have you got somewhere you're 13? So I don't assume you're in the pub having a few beers before, but
I usually I meet my mates and then we just walk over.
Have you got a group unit go and?
Yeah.
Yeah, ideal. Do you live near the ground?
About a 30-minute walk.
Wow, that's not too bad, is it? Fine. All right, ideal. Well, thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, if you see the links, so you want to get involved, we do quite a few live shows, so get involved, talk about Truro, get it all off your chest, have a rant, mate. It's all for football fans like yourself. All right.
Cheers.
Top man. Best of luck for tomorrow. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye. Yeah, that was Finn there talking about Truro City. So we've had a couple of Truro fans on now. Finn and Owen talking about Truro at home tomorrow against Morecambe. So if you want to get down and watch the game tomorrow, then do so. It's over at the Truro Sports Ground. We're going to see if we can bring in Tommy, who I believe is waiting. Is Tommy gone? Yep. No, Tommy's not there. So yeah, if you want to come on, we're on YouTube. You can like, subscribe and all that kind of thing. You would have seen the link. I think it's in our YouTube and it's also on like the Facebook groups and things like that. So yeah, if you want to come on and get involved, then please do so. We'll talk about anything you want. There's loads and loads of football this weekend, isn't there? All across the board, all the leagues. We've had a couple of guys on already. I thank them for that, talking about Truro City. So very much looking forward to that. And it is a massive game tomorrow for them. They are at home to Morecambe, who very much in change themselves. Nearly went bust, didn't they, in the summer? A lot of talk about the takeover and things like that. So a big, big game for them tomorrow. So we've got that to look forward to. Right, we've got a regular customer, regular visitor too. She's laughing already. I can see her in the background. Let's bring in Kerry. How are you doing, Kerry?
Hello. Too bad, thanks. You've woken me up. That was good.
I normally have the reverse effect. I normally put people to sleep. So So just for everybody watching, Kerry, just let us know what team you support.
Spurs, obviously, the mighty Spurs.
Spurs. So Kerry's going to come on, and what you're going to talk about? Spurs, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, of course. I
Go
just wanted to know, though, that was quite interesting chat about Truro, because I know nothing about them, really. How much is a match nowadays for Truro?
I
No?
think, yeah, you buy it online. If you buy tickets in advance, I think they're a little bit cheaper. About 17 quid, I'm guessing, something like that. It's around that, give or take a pound or two. But yeah, I think it's about 15, 17 quid, something like that. So it's anyone watching that hasn't been, I recommend it. It's the ground is very impressive. The facility they've got there compared to what it looked like a year or so ago is the work they've done there is phenomenal. It's really,
Yeah,
really
because I
good.
don't even know where they are now, because
Right.
didn't they put a supermarket there, didn't they? And it's
Yeah, that's-
never
yeah, they're
allowed it, something.
Yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of that. If any Truro fan wants to come on and talk about that, they can. Yeah, I know they were down there at Truro Road, which is where they were for years. I believe, Kerry, Tottenham opened Truro Road back in 1978-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Tottenham went down and played. So they brought the team down. It was around then. But yeah, so sorry.
Blimey.
Yeah, so that closed down. I think they sold it up and they moved out of the county. This is where they struggled a little bit. They played at Plimpton or somewhere like that, Plymouth Parkway or wherever it was. And I think they even played at Torquay and even further afield than that. But yeah, they're back home now in the city. They're playing up at the the Park and Ride at Langgarth, near Milestone.
Oh, they are up over there. Is that where the stadium for Cornwall is supposed to be, around
Yeah, it's
there?
on the same site.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so yeah, just off the roundabout where the Park and Ride is. Just head into the Park and Ride site. Really, you can park in there for free. I believe it is on a match day. And then just follow the signs to the sports hub. So yeah, it's really impressive. The pitch is immaculate. It's really, really. They've done a lot of work up there. I know Gary Andrew. I know he was the groundsman last year. I'm not sure whether he is this year or not, but I know Gary personally, and he's done a fantastic job up there. And yeah, it's a good football club going in the right direction. So somehow, if they can stay up this year, I think they'll go on from strength to strength. So, and if it is up for sale, hopefully that's not hanging over them for months on end, and hopefully that gets done and people come in with the right intentions and take the club on. But so go on, Ed, what do you want to talk about Tottenham?
Yes, if I can get my dog to shut up.
That's all right.
Shush. Go in a different room and gone.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to miss, please. Right. Okay.
So Wolves are home tomorrow, 8:00 kickoff.
Yes, that's good because that'll be on Sky, won't it? So that'll be good.
Yeah, that's the Saturday evening kickoff. What do you think of these kind of like not just Tottenham but all football clubs really? These random kickoff times we seem to be having.
I know, and it's getting like it's the World Cup now. Sometimes you have like 3 matches in one day, don't you? And I think I can't possibly sit there for the whole day and watch football. I mean, I could do that quite easily. But I thought, I've got chores and stuff to do. So, but it's weird, isn't it? It must be weird for fans travelling about as well that late on a Saturday night. Isn't great, is it? And on Sundays as well. Sometimes there's been late matches starting on a Sunday.
Yeah, I remember Tottenham.
You know what transport's like on a Sunday at the best of times, isn't it?
Isn't it? I just think it's almost like the leagues these days believe that every fan lives within like 10 miles of the stadium, which is very much not the case. There's no kind of consideration. It's all for TV, isn't it? I get it that they pump in millions and whatnot and billions in some cases into these clubs to broadcast these games, but I just feel that, do you know what I mean, there's got to be a bit more consideration for. Do you feel that if football kind of got rid of the 3 o'clock live ban, if you like, where games can't be screened at 3
me up the wall, that does, honestly. It gets me so frustrated.
I know it was brought in years ago where they kind of said that if people would stay in and watch the old First Division or Premier League games on a Saturday at 3, they won't necessarily go and watch like your Truro Cities and things like that. Do you think that's the case?
No, not at all.
No.
Because my team is Spurs, so I'm always going to watch Spurs.
Yeah.
And likewise, if people are following Truro, they're always going to go to the Truro match, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think things have just moved on now, and that's just something that doesn't even need to exist anymore. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Football tends to hold on to these kind of traditions, don't we? And I think more and more
Yeah.
need to kind of to go with it and say, look, we'll just start screening games at 3 o'clock and see how it goes. But it'd be interesting to see what fans of other clubs. I know it's easy as fans of Premier League clubs to say, look, I want to see our games at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, but it'd be interesting, like some of the Truro guys, if anybody supporting Truro or any other club really lower down the leagues, if they want to come on and just give the opinion of whether they feel if they did start screening games at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, would that affect? Would they go to games? Would you mean if Man United or maybe not Man United, but if Liverpool were playing Arsenal on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, would they stay in and watch that rather than go and watch their local club? I don't know. I don't know. If you want to get involved, then we're on YouTube. Then please do. Just click on the Facebook links or anything like that you've seen. You can email us, which is footballfanport@gmail.com, and you'll be the first right at the front of the queue. I'll send you emails, and you can keep up to date with whenever we are live. If you are watching on YouTube, please click subscribe. You'll start to see our live feeds and things like that. So, what did you think tomorrow, then, Kerry? So, if we talk about the Spurs, what do you think tomorrow? How do you think the game?
We're playing Wolves again, isn't it? Is it away or is it at us?
At home at Tottenham?
Oh, at Tottenham. The first couple of games that I'd seen from Wolves this season, I think, I was thinking, oh, they're not looking too bad. They're looking quite front-footed, sort of. And now I think they've just drained off a little bit now.
Yeah.
So I think we should be all right to do. I'm going for a 3-0 again, I think, because
3-0.
Frank's getting good at keeping our clean sheets for us, isn't he?
Yeah. How much of a difference do you think, obviously, do you know what I mean? It's the old adage, if you don't concede a goal, you don't lose a game. But how much of a difference do you think that defensive solidity has made to Tottenham this season? Do you feel it's kind of allowed the attacking players to kind of express themselves, knowing that we're closing the door behind us, kind of thing, if you like?
I think it's just maybe the different tactics, isn't it? Because I don't know, we were supposed to be quite defensive in midfield was the idea, wasn't it? And then we will be able to kick on from midfield, really. So in theory, it doesn't get past your midfield. So, but it's hard to know, isn't it? Because with Ange, it was so many injuries, wasn't it? I mean, wasn't the Romero and Van de Ven were hardly paired all season, were they? And now Frank has got them paired constantly, hasn't he? So it's hard to tell, really, but it does make sense. If you shore up your back, then obviously, like you say, the forwards are more confident. They can just kick on and they don't have to worry about going backwards. And I'd love to see Johnson just be a little striker,
Yeah.
I think he should be. He should just be like either a 20-minute sub or something.
Yeah.
Which he seems to be coming on as.
Yeah.
Or just being like a floating striker, just being there just to pop the balls in, because he's so good with his positioning, isn't he, and getting on balls.
Yeah.
That he should be just like, he reminds you of Solskjaer, doesn't he? That he just used to be like the super sub, didn't he, for Man U?
Yeah.
All them years back. But he just reminds you of that type of player to me.
Yeah, I think he tends to arrive late in the box for he's always on the back post, isn't he, Johnson, and things like that. But, I don't know whether he would have the kind of ability to play up by himself up front.
Although did you see that goal that he did? He did run like halfway up the pitch, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think
he's Doncaster, which we have to remember.
Yeah, he's always one that he'll get the goals. Do you know what I mean? But I think the beauty in that is the timing of the run, and he does arrive at the back post and get a lot of his goals there. I just think that is a skill within itself, where you're finding space from running deep. Because to be fair, you give him the ball at his feet and try to get the beaten man, and he's useless. It's almost like he's carrying a wardrobe on his back. But I just think if you give him space in the box, and that, do you know what I mean? He can find that space and he will score goals. He's a half decent finisher. But But I just think if you're playing up front and he's got somebody, a centre half, on his back for 90 minutes, maybe that's a different game again, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be. He can't be the main striker because, like you say, I don't think he'd be good as that. But I think as like almost Keenan Defoe type, isn't he?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
He's
that's
the
it.
little Defoe guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you what do you feel of the season so far? Then, like overall, if you had to kind of summarise it, you mean in the way how you see it, how's it gone?
I think it's going really well at the minute, don't you? We've only lost. Have we just lost the one?
Just the Bournemouth defeat,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's not bad going at all, is it? Considering it's a new manager again, but it just feels more. I've got more confidence really in it. Just the whole thing does feel more organised, doesn't it? A little bit, I think. And I hate saying that because I loved Ange and I will always love him for bringing us that blooming trophy. But just it's just the injuries, isn't it? I think he was stuffed with the injuries as well, to be honest. I mean, what's happening with Dom Solanke? He's still out.
I don't really understand it. I know for the last like 3 weeks, you mean the press guys have been asking in the press conferences, asking regarding Solanke, and he's kind of given the same spiel every time of he's not quite ready for the next one, but if he's not quite ready for the next one, then he's missing the next one after that and the one after. You're kind of thinking, well, is it a typical Spurs injury where he should be right for the next game and he's out for 6 months, kind of thing, which has been
is a worry, isn't it?
Well, it's been a recurring theme, isn't it? But I know Thomas Frank said that he's been out on the grass, so he's been actually training with the players. But maybe Solanke's one of those players where, because I think people like Calvert-Lewin is another one where they have to feel 100% fit, and if they're not 100% fit and are not trusting their body 100%, then they're not.
He was never injured for Bournemouth, though. Didn't have one injury. He played all the games, didn't he?
The curse of Tottenham, Kerry. The curse of Tottenham.
It is.
Yeah, it's like we sign a player that's always fit, we'll make them injured, and then play a team that never wins. Touch wood, Wolves tomorrow, and we'll always give them a win, won't we? It's Dr. Tottenham.
Yeah.
We call it.
Yeah. No, we're getting rid of that now. We're not being labelled with that anymore.
No, we're a bit. I think a bit more solid now. I mean, a bit more
European champions now. Don't forget.
I know that's it. We're serial winners now, Kerry. Serial winners.
Oh, definitely.
Just hold it there for a sec. If people want to come in, we're going to keep live for a bit. We're obviously on YouTube. Just click on the link, you'll see it, and I'll bring you into the green. You'll come into the green room, and then I'll bring you on. You can talk about anything football, whether we're just having a chat about Tottenham at the minute. We've had a couple of Truro guys on, Finn and Owen. But yeah, if you want to come on, talk Truro City, talk Plymouth Argyle, talk Exeter City, Falmouth Town. Even if you're a Falmouth Town fan, whatever football club you support, come on and talk to us. If you are watching on YouTube, please click subscribe, and then you can keep up to date with everything we do. And if you want to do that, just email us as well, which is footballfanpaul@gmail.com, and it's run along the little ticker at the bottom there somewhere, and I'll ping you out some emails with links and stuff, and you'll be one of the first ones to come on every time we do a show. So we talk about that. So did you watch the Doncaster game?
I did, yeah.
Wednesday? What did you think of that? Some of the players, opportunities, and
good. Doncaster were better than what I thought they were going to be, actually. It started off a bit ropey, didn't it? It was like, oh, heck, here we go. But no, I think we were good. I mean, the amount of chances that Portel had, he just needs one to go in, just like a Squawky goal, doesn't he, to go in to get him kicking off, really. Because he was in all the right places, and his head doesn't go down, does it?
No. I was going to say he's. I didn't know how he was going to be affected by missing out on the Champions League squad, but he's a young lad, isn't he? We keep saying he's got time on his side and he's only young and things like this, but you just think that with someone with so much reputation, if you like, he played 60 odd games with Bayern Munich, and he plays for France under 21s and scores for them as well, and came with good pedigree and good hopes, and you just. I don't know whether we expect a little bit more or we're hoping for a little bit more. I'm not quite sure where we sit with him at the minute.
I think some of our fans are so quick to get on the backs of these young players, though. I don't know. Is that every fan in every club, do you reckon, does that? Or are we just noticing that because we only look at Spurs fans? Surely
Yeah,
it must be the same for all the other clubs, mustn't it? I would have thought.
maybe. I think there's a lot of value in like the younger lads. Like, you know, no matter who you support at what level, you always like a younger lad coming through and coming
Yeah.
through from the academy and playing. And like in Tal's case, we signed him as what, 19 or 20 when we signed him. So you kind of have all these aspirations. Think, oh, we've got a really good young lad. But we don't give him time, do we? As you mean, I'm not talking about Tottenham. I'm talking about football fans in general. We're very quick to, and it's concerning really because like we've got this Luca Williams Barnett, who kind of came off the bench and made his debut on Wednesday. You mean at 16 years old, he's very much still a kid, physically and age wise, obviously. And doing very well for the younger age groups, like the 18s and the 21s and 16s and that before that. Where I think social media is such a big part to play in it now, where a lot of these players, we know everything about them even before they turn up on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody
And
knows about him, and
they've literally been brought up on social media as well, haven't they, from birth now? So they are going to be interacting with everybody on social media, whereas some of the older players didn't really get into social media, so they weren't bothered. But now it's kind of like, I see Jed Spence is quite prolific on there, isn't he? So think, oh, is somebody sort of monitoring what they're putting out and stuff? I think they do have training on it and stuff now, because that's all a big part of football now, isn't it? Really, the outside media and the online like hatred and all that, isn't it, on Twitter and that? They must.
Kerry,
It must affect them. It's awful.
It must be a nightmare, like especially for the younger players. If you're thinking they're coming through, they're on their X and Facebook and TikTok and whatever they're on. It must be so easy to react to fans because there are a lot of keyboard warriors out there that will sit behind a keyboard. They'll give a player absolute pelters for missing a penalty, misplacing a pass. Something so trivial, like, and you can really, you see, like, you mean Brendan Johnson had it, didn't he? He got pelted.
He went off social media for a bit, didn't he, because of all that? I think.
Yeah, it can really affect, the players' mental health, performances, and nothing good would come out of it. We all like a rant. Do you know what I mean? We're in the stands or watching on TV, but it's when you take it to that next step. Do you know what I mean? But social media, it's a good platform. It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? I think fans are more involved and know more about football now than what we ever did.
Yeah, definitely.
And social media has got a massive part to play. You signed some random 21-year-old from Ukraine, and within 10 minutes, you've seen his greatest goals. You've seen, his full biography, even before he kind of lands in England. But it was, I always think back to the Jurgen Klinsmann one when he signed for Tottenham in '94 on the back of the World Cup. First you knew about it, he was still on a yacht in Monaco, shaking Alan Sugar's hand on the back page of the Sun newspaper. It was, and that was it. But these days, you would have heard about that 2 weeks ago, and every club that was after him. And do you know what I mean?
They're like literally tracking the plane flights, aren't they? As they're coming in, and so
many. Yeah, everybody knows what's what, don't they? So
yeah.
But
interesting times. But like you say, these players are so young and they're being brought into the bigger teams a lot earlier now and younger, aren't they? I mean, look at this one, only 16, and they're already thrown in. Arsenal have got a little kid as well, haven't they? And
they
Liverpool,
have,
they've all got youngsters that they're
I think his
sort
name
of throwing in already.
Dowman. I think it's called Dowman. But he looks a really good prospect. But like you say, he's 15. All this pressure gets put on him from a young age. And we kind of expect, like, when you look at Williams Barnett and you see his goals every week. Do you know what I mean? He's scoring hat tricks for fun. But you're seeing him lob the keeper from 40 yards and all sorts of goals. And we kind of expect him to replicate that in the senior side. But I went to the game on Tuesday, the Plymouth Argyle.
You did, didn't you? Oh, they got battered, didn't they? Was it 6-0 or something?
6-0,
was it?
Harry, come on, 6-2. It was 6-2.
Oh, 6-2 was it? Oh.
Yeah, but it's one of them where we kind of, that it just highlighted that gulf in
Yeah.
quality between the actual EFL clubs and the under 16s, under 17s, 18s, that kind of age bracket. But you see Truro City, bottom of the National League, and I think they've beaten Fulham and West Ham, is it? I think they've played Fulham and West Ham. They've beaten the under 21s. So you can kind of see already that difference in quality and between the ages, if you like. And I think expecting a 16 or 15-year-old to come straight in and hit the ground running in the Premier League is a massive ask.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're very, you get that innocence of youth, don't you? People like Wayne Rooney when he came in, but they are the exception to the rule.
Yeah, and their bodies are actually still developing, aren't they? Like the shape of them and stuff. They're just still literally developing as human beings.
Well,
as well.
Wayne Rooney was a middleweight boxer as a 16-year-old, wasn't he? He was
he was.
Yeah, he was a bit of a tank, but so yeah, be interesting to see how it goes. I think maybe it was maybe Thomas Frank took the opportunity. He saw the opportunity to stick a couple of kids on the bench and gave one of them.
That was always the idea of these early stages of the cup games, is to try and bring through your youngsters, but to do that you need to be like 3-0 up or whatever. But he did take a risk, I thought, because we were 2-0, wasn't it, when he started? And did he bring them on? It was quite a decent time, I thought. Was it like 10 minutes, was it, they still had before he started making his changes? So I thought, all they have to do is get one back and then they've got the momentum, and then your penalties or whatever it would have been. Does it go straight to penalties these rounds now, don't they, I think?
I think they do, actually. Yeah, I think they've scrapped the haven't they? I don't know whether they bring that in at a later stage. Like
what do you think of that rule? Whatever you call it?
I kind of get it. You know what I mean? Footballers and managers are always moaning about playing too much football. And I think it opens it up for the upset a little bit more. How many times have you seen a lower league team take a Premier League team or Championship team or whatnot to extra time, and then, do you know what I mean, that fitness and that just maintaining that concentration levels, which is a big factor. The extra half an hour does take its toll, and ultimately they end up losing. But go straight to penalties, it's that lottery, isn't it? But
it just doesn't give as much opportunity, depending on the draws of the smaller clubs attending the bigger clubs, because that's always the massive thing for them, isn't it? But
that's it.
I mean, I suppose it's still look at the draw, which home tie you get and which way tie you get. What do you think the chances are? We've got Newcastle next then, haven't we, in it?
Newcastle away, that's going to be a tough game, isn't it? That's a very difficult place to go. I think it's one that neither team would be happy with a draw. I think Newcastle are going to be. I think if we spoke to Newcastle fans, they would obviously be more confident being at home. But I think it's one that they would much rather have played somebody, from the Championship or below potentially. But
yeah, definitely.
It's always a good. I've been fortunate. I've been to Newcastle twice. We won.
I bet that's a good atmosphere, isn't it, there?
Well, you're so far above the pitch level in the away end. It's something like flights of stairs or something. It's ridiculous, but it's you need a pint of Newcastle Brown when you get to the top. But it's we won 4-0 the first time we went, and Chadley scored a couple. And we got 6-1.
I quite liked him as a player. Didn't half have good strike on him, didn't he?
He was all right, yeah. And the second game we lost 6-1, which was the last game of the season. I don't remember that one, but yeah.
Yes.
Just whilst you're there, Kerry, I'll open it up to others if they want to talk about it. If you want to come on, click on the link, get involved. It will bring you to a little green room. As soon as I see people come in, we'll bring them in. There's been a couple coming in and going. But yeah, if you want to get involved, talk about your club, talk about anything at all, just to steer the conversation a little bit, Kerry. There was a lot of talk this week about Hugo Ekitike. I don't know whether you saw the game against
taking his shirt off.
Yeah.
Which I know it's a rule, but you did have a shirt on underneath, so does it really matter?
This is what I was going to say. So obviously you got the second. For those that may not have seen it, so Ekitike was already on a yellow card. He scored what turned out to be the winner in the game when he beat Southampton 2-1. So he's gone and celebrated. He's taken off his Liverpool shirt and he's got an Under Armour kind of, if you like, on under.
It's like a plain red T-shirt, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what's your opinion on that then? What do you?
Well,
feel?
it's the rule, isn't it, that you're not
Hmm.
supposed to take your shirt off. So I suppose it's rule. But in the excitement, mind you, though, he's more experienced than that, isn't he? I suppose they should learn to control their excitement. But I didn't really see a problem with that. I
No.
can see if they take it off and they've got nothing underneath their shirt, then yes, that's
So you're
probably a
against
no
that, are you?
nowadays. Although they do it at the end of the match, don't they? They take the shirts off sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think it's an issue because it's like, do you know what I mean? If they take their shirt off and they've got a Under Armour on under and it's carrying a political message or something like that?
Yeah, no, that's a no-no. They shouldn't have political messages or anything like that.
Okay. So what if it's do you know what I mean? Like somebody takes his shirt off just through that kind of, like you say, euphoria of scoring the goal. So do you think that's bang, your shirt's off, yellow card?
Yeah. No. It was hard because it was the second yellow card, wasn't it? That's the thing, isn't it? And that leads to a sending off, obviously.
But what do you feel it's more like because taking their shirt off, they're removing the sponsor, if you like? Do you think it's kind of...
Is that what the whole rule is supposed to be? Is that why
I don't really know.
is?
I'm sure if you looked into the Premier League rules and all the football rules and whatnot, there will be an explanation for it. But it's just interesting.
That's a fair point. I mean, he should really be kissing the badge and all that, which is what most players do, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a strange one. I don't know. It's just one I wanted to throw out there because it's been spoken about a lot this week, and there's been a lot of opinions where, like you said, to start with, there he's taken it off. He's got a red Under Armour on under, so there isn't no issue. But then he is taking his shirt off. So what is?
Why do they even do it? I don't understand why they do even do it.
I saw somebody on social media playing devil's advocate not long after he got booked, actually, that evening, and they said, well, if he took so it's never going to happen, but hypothetically he's got a long-sleeved Liverpool shirt on, all right, who scores a goal, he takes the shirt off, but underneath he's got a short-sleeved Liverpool shirt on. Yeah. What happens then? It's like somebody would always come up and be clever. Sorry?
Yeah, that's the good question, isn't it?
Does he get booked for taking it? It'd be interesting to see what the actual intricacies of that ruling are.
Could you imagine VAR playing that one back? Work their way out for it. That would be funny, that one. It's an interesting one, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
What's your thoughts about it?
I just think it needs to be consistent right across. If they're saying, look, if you take your shirt off, then it is the yellow card. If you don't take your shirt off, it's not, obviously. But I don't know why I'm guessing somebody somewhere has whipped the shirt off. There's a message underneath which carries some sort of political slogan or something.
That's a definite no.
Yeah, that's probably where it's come in, and then it's left open to interpretation. Because if you said, look, you can have something on under, and take your shirt off as long as you're just, if it's a happy birthday, mum, no problem at all. But if it's carrying some sort of political message, then who's going to sit there and is it up to the referee to interpret to decide whether that message is political, whether it's controversial, whether you can have that message but you can't have that message, and then it's that consistency from game to game. Do you know what I mean? I think they've just basically said right across the board, look, take your shirt off, yellow card.
Well, what's your thoughts about taking your shin pads off then? Because did you see that one took like a peachy coloured shin pad off, didn't he? And sort of held that up. I couldn't see what message that was on it, but that must have been something.
Kerry,
did you see that one?
I've seen all sorts down the years. People have taken shin pads out. There was a guy, I forget his name now, played for Fulham, Facundo or something like that. That name's ring. I don't know why that's coming into my head, but there was a Fulham player that took a mask out and stuck a mask on he had like a mask tucked in his sock. It's just a bit, I don't know. I don't get it, but football is
Yeah.
Okay. So, so we're going through. So, if anyone's watching, we'll wrap this show up in a bit. But unless anybody wants to come on, if you want to come on and talk about your football club, talk about anything football-wise, then go for it. So you're going for a 2-1 win tomorrow for Tottenham?
No, 3-0.
Oh, 3-0. Sorry, you went 3-0. So,
what do you think? 2-1?
I've gone 2-0 on that one. I do a YouTube short once a week. So basically, I predict the football results. I'll go through them in a bit, but I predict the results for the weekend. And I've gone 2-0 to Tottenham in that one. But last week I did very well actually. I think I got 5 out of 10 right. The actual scores right. So I was quite pleased with that. And a couple of them that I got wrong were actually the right outcome. Like I predicted a 1-1 with Newcastle and it was 0-0, but and things like that. So. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I think tomorrow we could be, because Arsenal don't play until Sunday. Tomorrow we could be second.
Oh, just second. Liverpool still storming away, are they at the minute?
Yeah,
that's okay. We'll sit under the radar. That's all right.
So Liverpool top of the league, play 5, won 5, 15 points. Arsenal second, so they've played 5, won 3, drew 1, lost 1, 10 points. We're on 10 points, played 5. Bournemouth on 10 points also. So they're having a good. I mean, considering we lost to Bournemouth, it just shows what kind of a good season.
They're very good, aren't they? Yeah, I do quite like Bournemouth. They're quite entertaining to watch as well.
I think there's a nice little cluster of teams like Bournemouth, Fulham, Brighton. They're good teams to watch, aren't they? Good managers.
Even Brentford, haven't struggled quite as much as I thought they would after their team's been decimated, haven't they? And we've obviously got their manager and half the
coaching
staff as well. Yeah. So they're doing quite well.
17th for the minute, Brentford.
I
think they. So played 5, won 1, drew 1, lost 3. So goal difference -4.
Okay.
So they've only scored. I say only, but they scored 6 goals out of 5 games. Which I think if you take players like Visser and Buemo out of the side, was it Norgard that went to Arsenal, the defensive midfielder. I think he was club captain as well, I believe. So you take those players out of that side, they're going to feel that, aren't they? And obviously,
then they could potentially go down. Then
they could do, they could do, yeah. We've got somebody called Big Ben sitting by, so we'll bring Big Ben in a minute if Ben wants to come in to talk. So we'll wrap that up, Kerry. Good to see you again and speak to you.
All right.
We'll have another live show again next week. So if you can join us, then do so. Hopefully your 3-0 comes true tomorrow. It'd be nice.
Definitely. Up the Spurs and all that.
All right, take care. All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Kerry. Cheers.
Take care.
Okay, that was Kerry. Kerry's a regular visitor, contributor to the show. So thanks to Kerry, a big Spurs fan, supported Spurs for many years now. And along with her husband, Jay, both been on many Spurs trips with us as well. If you want to get involved, we'll stay live for a couple of more minutes. We had Ben there, but if Ben wants to come on, then do so, mate, and we'll get you on straight away. I was just saying about the predictions. I do put a little short out on YouTube once a week ahead of the big games. Last week, quite successful on that one, actually. I'm a bit gutted I didn't put a bet on it. I would have done all right on that lot. So I've gone with, let's have a little look, shall we? My list. So tomorrow, the 12:30 kickoff. Brentford at home to Manchester United. I've gone with a 2-2 there. I feel that Brentford at home are quite solid. I know they'll be looking to bounce back from a defeat against Fulham last week. So Brentford, I've gone with a 2-2 draw at home to Manchester United. Leeds at home to Bournemouth tomorrow afternoon. I've gone 1-1. I think Leeds at home are strong. Bournemouth, I was very impressed with them when they came to Tottenham a couple of weeks ago, winning by 1-0. I think Bournemouth are going to cause a lot of teams problems, where maybe a few years ago Bournemouth would have been a tap-in. You say 3 points, pick them up, blow the final whistle, and on we go. But I think Bournemouth away from home, good side. I think they're going to get a 1-1 draw away to Leeds. Chelsea at home to Brighton. I've gone with 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Brighton, much the same as Bournemouth, really going to upset a lot of teams this year. Brighton, a very good side. I know last week Tottenham beat them, but I feel Brighton good side, but I feel that Chelsea are going to pinch that one tomorrow by 2-1. Manchester City at home to Burnley. Unfortunately, Burnley haven't managed to replicate the defensive record of last season. It was always going to be tough for them, wasn't it, coming up from the Championship. Scott Parker, I do like him. Big Spurs fan, big Spurs man he is. Obviously played for Tottenham. I do like Scott Parker. But I feel Man City are going to win by 3-0 tomorrow. Crystal Palace against Liverpool. Crystal Palace at home, really good, strong side. That's going to be a tough game for Liverpool tomorrow. They've kind of limped for a couple of games, and they late goals and things like that. Whether we'll see another late winner tomorrow, I'm not too sure. I don't know. But I feel that Liverpool will beat Crystal Palace tomorrow by the odd goal. So I'm going for 2-1 to Liverpool tomorrow. But saying that, I would not be surprised at all if Crystal Palace won that game. But I feel Liverpool will sneak that one by 2-1. The 5:30 kickoff tomorrow. Nottingham Forest at home to Sunderland. Ange Postecoglou still looking for his first win as Nottingham Forest manager, but I feel Forest will get that win tomorrow. Sunderland, they've had a decent start. Just looking at the league table now, Sunderland are 7th actually. Played 5, won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. Goal difference +2, scored 6. Let in 4. So I feel Forest will get a win tomorrow. I've gone with 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. I think Ange Postecoglou at home. I think the crowd are going to be behind them. Is that his first home game? I'm not too sure, but I think they get behind them. And 3-1 to Forest tomorrow. Tottenham, the late game tomorrow night. The late game, 8 o'clock kickoff. So Spurs at home to Wolves. I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win. I think Wolves had a win midweek, didn't they, beating Everton? But I feel that Wolves will struggle tomorrow. I think Tottenham at home just going to be too strong for them. So 2-0 tomorrow. Going on to Sunday, I'll do them in a second. If anybody wants to get involved, then click on the link, come on in. It will bring you into like a little green room to the side of my screen, and then I can see you waiting, and I'll bring you in and we'll chat football, chat about your club, whatever you want, anything involving the round ball football, we'll talk about it. You can also email us, which is footballfanpaul@gmail.com. It's running along the bottom of the screen there. If you email me, I'll have your email address. Just let me know what team you support on that, and I'll send you emails. You won't get spammed. It will just come out once a week or before a live show. I'll let you know what's going on, and you can click on a link within the email and it'll bring you straight to the front of the queue. So as soon as we go live, you can come on in and talk all things football. Just get it all off your chest. So Sunday's games, Aston Villa at home to Fulham. I'm going to go with an Aston Villa win, a due one, aren't they? So Aston Villa currently in the bottom 3. I can't see them finishing there at the bottom of the season, at the end of the season, surely. Waiting on their first win, but I think they'll get that tomorrow. I think they'll beat Fulham by 2-1. Fulham sitting in 8th currently. Newcastle against Arsenal. That's going to be a very, very tough game tomorrow. Much the same as the Crystal Palace Liverpool one. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle won that tomorrow, or Arsenal. I think both teams are very, very good. Arsenal normally pretty solid on the road, aren't they? Newcastle at home, their fans are amazing. I think that is one of the best atmospheres in the league. But I'm going to go with a 2-2. Always goals when they play. And saying that's going to be 0-0 now, isn't it? But I'm going to go with 2-2 on that one. And then moving on to Monday evening game, Everton at home to West Ham. West Ham desperately need a win, don't they? So West Ham been struggling this season. Second to bottom in the league. Play 5, 1-1. That win, obviously, away to Forest, actually, didn't they? Was it 3-0, 3-1? So play 5, 1-1, lost 4. Goal difference -8. Everton mid-table 10th, won 2 out of 5, drew 1, lost 2, and they're very tight. And they scored 6. Let in 5. Goal difference of +1, 7 points. So that's going to be a tricky game, that one. But I feel Everton are going to run out winners by 2-0. Right, I'm going to wrap it up in a bit, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do want to come on, be quick. Click on the link. It will bring you into a green room. I'll bring you onto the screen, and we'll have a little chat about whatever you want to talk about with football, no matter what club you support, whether it's Tottenham, Arsenal. We had a Spurs fan on the other week, Tony. We spoke for about a good 20, 25 minutes about Arsenal. Whatever team you want to support. We've had some Truro City fans on at the beginning of the show, so thanks to Owen and Finn. If you guys want to come back on, or your mates at any point, whether it be now or a future show, then do so. Good luck to Truro at home to Morecambe tomorrow. They could do with a much needed win there, couldn't they, Truro City? So if you are local, you're at a bit of loose end tomorrow, actually, go up. I know you can get tickets on the day on the gate. You can also pay in advance online, and you save yourself a couple of quid. It's a really good setup up there at Truro now, and I wish those guys, really, really do wish them nothing but the best this season. Hopefully they can stay up. It'd be great for the area, wouldn't it? So yeah, if you want to come on, be quick, get involved. If not, if you're watching on YouTube, click like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. We'll get you on. Jippet, we've had a message. in the chat saying, how many games do you think Potter has left? Difficult to say. I don't know what we thinking. He's very much on borrowed time. I think to be honest, I'm surprised he's kept his job. I think with what's he called, Nuno Espirito de Santo kicking around, having left or been given a boot from Forest, I think Potter. I know that he was linked, and Slaven Bilic and people like that have been linked with West Ham. I think he's probably, if they lose away to Everton on Monday night, I think that could be it. The thing is, Graham Potter, I'm to be honest, to just go into a little bit more depth, I'm not exactly sure how good of a football manager he is. He was at the Östersunds, was it, in Sweden? They had a good European run, which kind of put him on the map, didn't it? Everyone kind of like, oh, we've got an English manager that's managing in Sweden and he's doing very well. Went from there to Swansea, was it? I'm not Googling anything this at the minute. I think he went to Swansea after that, and then Brighton, and then Chelsea. So Swansea did all right. He got the Brighton job on the back of that. I think every manager that goes into Brighton does all right, don't they? So they got such a good setup with Brighton and a really good kind of continuity plan. Is that the right phrase? That you mean no matter who takes charge of that football club, when they leave, they never seems to impact the club. So their model, the way they run their club, is brilliant. So I think every manager that goes in there does all right. And then he went to Chelsea, and it was a bit of a poison chalice, wasn't it? I don't know, with Chelsea you need to be winning, and he's not really got that personality of like I was talking about Tottenham, but somebody like a Thomas Frank or even a Postecoglou or like a Guardiola. You mean somebody who is really engaging, and I don't think Potter really gives you a lot back. But I believe if they lose away to away to Everton on Monday, which I think they will, I think they'll lose by 2-0 as I predicted. I think that could be the end for Potter. And like Kerry's just put in the on the chat, that which I'll put live on the stream now, actually, so you should be able to see the chat messages. There you go. So Kerry's put, he looks terrified on the sidelines, which he does, to be honest. And I think losing to Chelsea 5-1, a nice early. They went 1-0 up, didn't they, West Ham, and then they conceded the 5 after that. And I think that toward the last half an hour or so from that was dreadful. It's as bad as I've seen. So I think then they lost the derby, didn't they, against Tottenham? And didn't they lose to Crystal Palace, didn't they? Yeah, they lost to Crystal Palace as well. So I think like losing London derbies like that, and especially like West Ham fans living in and around London, that would really, really hurt them. So just bragging rights. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Potter lost his job on Monday. So I hope that answers that one. If you've got any other questions, you want anything to talk about, I'll try my best. Kerry's put, he looks terrified on the sidelines now, referring to Potter. He really does, doesn't he? And I think West Ham fans are very vocal with what's going on at the minute. Almost a little bit like Tottenham were, like with Daniel Levy. They kind of want David Sullivan out, don't they? So yeah, I think. It's where they want. I don't know. There's a lot going on off the field with West Ham. It's been a good football club, hasn't it, down the years, with so many good younger players and people like that. So I know if you want to talk about West Ham, actually, Harry Redknapp is locally. So he's going to be at Bodmin St Petrock's Church next weekend, I think it is, and the weekend after, or week after, he's down at Tregenna Castle. I'm actually hosting that one, so very much looking forward to sharing the stage with Harry Redknapp and talking all things football. We'll certainly go into his time at West Ham and where he had players like Joe Cole, Michael Carrick, Jermaine Defoe, Rio Ferdinand, people like that. They had such a good football academy there, haven't they? And which maybe we haven't seen so much recently. I know they got a lad, Potts. Is it Steve Potts' lad? Who a lot of West Ham fans want in the team. But yeah, it's a bit so. Jippet. It says, I think it says Jippet. It says, agreed. Nuno was done dirty at Notts and would do well in West Ham. Yeah, I think he was, mate. To be honest, I don't know whether Jippet's a male or female, but yeah, I think he was. Nuno was. It never bodes well, does it, when the manager starts coming out and talks about the owners and kind of airing that disconnect between manager and chairman or president or whatever role they've got. I think the writing's always on the wall, isn't it? So once they had that little, I can't remember, was it Leicester? Was it Forest against Leicester? That kind of rings a bell, where they had that little set to after, didn't they? Where maybe I think they drew the game or something, and I think they were playing against 10 men, and the Marinakis thought that he maybe should have won the game. So yeah, it only goes one way, doesn't it? Once chairman and or owners and managers start falling out, there's only going to be one winner there, I'm afraid. So yeah, I think Nuno would be a good manager for West Ham. I think he's a little bit conservative, a little bit negative in kind of like the way he plays. He sets his team up. He knows how to set a side up. Don't get me wrong, but I think he would be a little bit negative at West Ham. It's whether the West Ham fans can kind of tolerate that negativity. I know they like, much like Tottenham, really like playing attractive attacking football, even though sometimes we don't. So Kerry said, yeah, we'd like to see Nuno there. Liked him at Wolves. Yeah, he was a good manager at Wolves. I think he's solid. Like, he didn't really get the opportunity at Tottenham, did he? I think a lot of that was really because of the way he builds from the back, doesn't he? And you still got to kind of entertain football fans and that. So, but yeah, I think Nuno would be a good manager there. There's been a lot of talk recently about Slaven Bilic going into West Ham again. So I think it'd be I don't know. Chip, are you a West Ham fan? I'm not sure, but I don't know. Slaven Bilic, is that somebody you would want in? If anybody wants to come on, have a little chat about football and that, then do so. Just come on in and we'll talk about it, and anything you want to talk about. I'll stay on for a couple of more minutes just to give anyone an opportunity to come in if you want to do it. But yeah, we've got big weekend of football coming up. Like I said, Brentford at home to Man United. That's going to be a massive game. I think Amorim could very much do with a win, couldn't he? What have we got? If anybody wants to come on in, then go for it. But yeah, if you want to email me, footballfanpaul@gmail.com, I'll add you to our mailing list if you like. So you won't get emails every day and things like that. It's not going to be rubbish. It would just be, I'll send out a message and say, look, I'm going live at X o'clock. If you want to get involved, click on this link, and it'd be nice and easy for you to come in. If you want to get involved, the actual link to come on, you don't need to download anything. You just click on the link. It brings it up in your browser. It doesn't take anything out of your internet speed or anything like that. The kind of hosting software we use absorbs all of that, if you like. I think that's the technical side of it. So Jippet said he's a Spurs. Absolutely not. I'm assuming it's a male. Absolutely not. I'm a Spurs fan. Just curious on your thoughts on the wider topics. Yeah, that's it, mate. I don't know. It's topical at the minute, isn't it? Like I said, I think Potter will struggle to keep his job if he loses away to Everton. I don't know who they've got after that. I could probably find out somehow here, couldn't I? But I'm trying to make my way around this. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know how it's going to kind of pan out, but I think any manager who's towards the bottom end of the league these days in the Premier League, there's questions that's going to be answered. Questions are going to be asked. Do you mean like Wolves played 5, lost 5, and what was it, the week leading up to last weekend? They handed a manager a new contract, didn't they? So yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. It's I think just using Spurs as an example with someone like Daniel Levy, it's once pressure starts going on the on the actual owners, they tend to pull the trigger, don't they? Deflect it away from themselves and give the manager the bullet. So for want of a better phrase, that's certainly what Daniel Levy used to do. I don't know much about David Sullivan. I don't know whether he's got that kind of mindset where he'll give the manager the boot if he if the pressure starts getting too much. I don't know, but yeah, it's it'll be an interesting one. I think anyone towards the bottom of the table like that is going to struggle. But like I said, I'm very surprised that the Wolves manager's still got a job. Played 5, lost 5, and they gave him a new contract. So, and it's even like Unai Emery. Do you know what I mean? He's coming in for a lot of criticism, and there's a lot of Villa fans that are saying that he isn't kind of up to scratch or anything like that in a minute. But by all accounts, that last year he was kind of being linked for Man United, wasn't he? And if those links came out again, would his name come up? I don't know. Football's very fickle, isn't it? It's very much that whoever's the man of the moment is kind of like flavour of the month. But and Keith Andrews at Brentford, he's not had a great start, has he? He's only won 1 out of 5. So I think when you start getting around the 10 games, 11 games, the table really starts to take shape, doesn't it? You start to look at where your season's going. So maybe give it a couple of games and the pressure will be on. But right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I do release a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff like that. So Kerry's coming with a question. I'll answer that one before we go. What do you think of the takeover news today? Kerry's asked. So Tottenham have basically been linked with all this consortium in America. Basically, there's about a handful of businessmen from the NFL and like such sports in America who've kind of got together and kind of put this consortium together, if you like. When I hear consortium, I always think back to Chain Gang from Only Fools and Horses, with Dalboy put the consortium together to buy the gold chains off of Arnie. But a little bit more money than the 50 grand that Arnie wanted, but they've or the 10 grand or whatever it was. But yeah, they're talking about £4.5 billion, which is a lot of money. I don't know. ENIC have released a statement very, very quickly to say that they're categorically not going to sell the club. You never, you mean in business, in life, you never accept the first bid, do you? You mean you're selling your car and you want, I don't know, 5 billion and some, oh, not 5 billion for your car, but you're selling your car for 10 grand and somebody comes in and offers you 8, you're going to reject it, aren't you? Or you're going to say it's not for sale. But I think every club's got a price. Every player's got a price. We'll see. I don't know. I think there's going to be a little bit more to run on this. I always get the impression with this kind of thing that no matter whether it's a consortium or whether it's a single buyer or whatever the situation is, they have to. They would have got a steer on whether a club's available or not. So I think when transfers happen, like for players, if you look at Isak, for example, there was a lot of rumours that were going around, and Liverpool were kind of sniffing around, and the £125 million fee came out pretty much straight away, didn't it? As soon as Liverpool showed their interest. If Isak had come out or given a steer earlier in the summer and said, "Look, categorically, I'm not leaving Newcastle. I'm staying at Newcastle," that interest and those rumours would have died straight away. I think it's the same with a football club. I think if people don't put consortiums together and gather a lot of money and put a plan together of this is what we're going to do without having some sort of indication that football club is available at some sort of level, if you like. So they've spoken about £4.5 million package where it's like a kind of £3.25 for the club, and then they're going to put just over £1 billion into the transfer kitty for January is what they're saying. Whether it happened before then, I don't know if it happens at all. So yeah, I think they would have got some sort of indication from someone, whether it be an intermediary or someone from ENIC or someone connected somewhere, that the club, look, we do have a price, and I think they're maybe just testing the water and seeing what ENIC where their stance is. So I think that's where we are at the minute. I wouldn't be surprised at all if news came out kind of, I don't know, in the next few days or weeks where another bid has gone in, a higher bid or some sort of package, because I think they're looking at buying, I think it's a 70% share, because I think there's a lot of shareholdings in that with the club. So I do know that Tottenham, because we are a limited company and on the stock exchange and things like that, so if bids are made, we have to release that to publicly. So I think that's is part of the rules. I don't know too much about the financial side of shareholdings and things like that, but I believe that is the case. So I think that's why Tottenham were very, very quick to come out and release their statement like they did before any kind of interest gathers traction and that. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if another bid came in. I think they probably are serious. If you're talking numbers like this and there is a consortium, then we shall see. But I think the guy who's fronting it up is I can't remember what his name is, but I'm sure they were talking today that he was like an ex-Ibiza kind of DJ or something. So at least we'll have some good tunes to play before the game. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Kerry said she's not keen on having Americans take over. The one thing I am a little bit worried about actually is that when the Premier League vote on bits and pieces, so whether it's like rule changes and things, the number of you have to win by a 14 out of 20 majority. So a lot of like the rules around VAR and things like that, when they kind of bring them into the Premier League, all the chairmen and owners or whatnot, whoever the representative is, they sit around the table or on whatever they do it, and they say, look, we're voting on X, Y, and Z. So 14 out of 20 have to vote. Now I'm getting a little bit worried of the amount of American owners that are coming into the Premier League. Now there's going to be some sort of due diligence and some sort of overrule, I'm sure, from the Premier League or some sort of governance that will kind of look at it and say, look, for the good of the game, we can't accept that rule, if you like. So there's a lot of talk about the 39th game being played in America and abroad and things like that. American models, albeit the MLS and now having an MLS2, a second division, they very much don't have promotions and relegations. They just don't get it. They really don't. They're saying, look, why would you it's like a turkey voting for Christmas, if you like. They don't have promotion and relegations. And it's one thing they've kind of spoken about a lot. I know the guys who used to manage own Liverpool spoke about a lot about the jeopardy of relegation. So I'm a bit worried that if we have a 40, so if you imagine out of 20 Premier League teams, 14 of them are American owners, and all of a sudden they started voting that there's no promotions and relegations and this kind of thing. I think that can go a little bit awry. So yeah, I'll see how it goes on that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, Kerry said she's not keen on Americans taking over. As long as it's not Trump, we'll be all right. We'll see how it goes. Am I the only one who, I said, Jip it, am I the only one who thinks a takeover now would be a bad thing? Feel like we've just got some semblance of normality. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, we've got, it's weird, isn't it? With Tottenham, we're never too far away from drama. We finally, we moan about Levy for years and years. You mean, whether you agree or not, a lot of the Spurs fan base wanted him out. He's gone. Whether he left or was given the boot or whatever, he's gone. Yeah, and then you kind of think, right, well, the Lewis family have kind of sitting there now and are saying all the right things. We've got a good manager. Everything's looking quite solid. We're serial winners now. I mean, we've won a trophy. And now we're looking at a takeover. So I always kind of be careful what you wish for, is what I kind of say. In the hands of Enoch, if we go into January and start spending a bit of money and we've got that stability, all well and good, it will all come out in the wash, won't it? But with Daniel Levy, we kind of held him responsible for a lot of the bad things that went on with time, excuse me. And whilst recognising the good that he did. Yeah, so we wanted him out and we wanted a new owner, chairman, whatever. Let's see how it goes. I always think that for every owner you get, and that could be a Sheikh Mansour and turn us around to what Man City have done. There is also the owners like the Chancery, is it, that has taken over at Sheffield Wednesday. There's owners like that. So we could end up with an owner. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we could end up with an owner that comes in and says, right, I think red is more lucky than white, brings more luck than white, because I know a lot of Asian owners and that and their beliefs is in that red is a lucky color. They could come in and change our football kit to red. So kind of be careful what we wish for, because you might just end up getting it. But we'll see. Kerry, Super League through the back door, potentially. I think the way the Champions League is kind of set up now with this 30-16 model, is it, where you're kind of playing 8 games rather than the 6. That's kind of moved a little bit towards the Super League. When he introduced that, I thought, this is the way we're going. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think that Super League has got legs. I don't think that's the end of it. Especially people like Daniel Levy, who was very, very vocal and kind of was the first one to stick his hand up for that. So I think the Super League will come again. Whether it will actually happen with a few more American owners, it probably will, to be fair. And there might be a compromise on that. They might end up saying, look, play some more games abroad. And we'll leave it at that. But yeah, we'll see. I think if we get Super League, that's going to ruin domestic football. I think the clubs chase money, don't they? Which is worrying. Transfer fees just keep going up. Wages just keep going up. That's another story. We can maybe do a whole show on that. But my opinion on that basically is that it's not sustainable. I don't think wages and transfer fees can go up together. I think we are seeing a model now of where we're seeing more free transfers. Players are running their contracts down, and it will happen. I think whether it's 5 years, 20 years, it will happen. Where we'll pretty much move to the American model, where there are no transfer fees. Players just sign a contract. That contract runs out, and then they move. You'll see these kind of numbers that they're talking about in Saudi Arabia, in the Saudi League. I think we will start seeing that over here for wages. But you'll see players at their peak moving on free transfers, letting their contract. They'll sign a 2-year contract that'll run out, and they'll go somewhere and they'll sign best part of £1 million a week deal. That will happen. I'm sure it will. But yeah, Kerry said, yeah, let it all settle down again now. I think it will. Right, I'm going to go in a bit. So if you want to come on and chat, then do so. Right now, you've literally got a minute to come into the green room. I'll bring you straight on. We'll have a chat. There's no one waiting there in a minute. I'm just answering questions, basically. I do release shorts during the week. I kind of try to put them out every day if I can on YouTube, because it helps with algorithms and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. But if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. You'll get notifications and whatnot through subscribing, and it helps the channel out as well. It helps us get more viewers. Is what we want. So yeah, this channel has kind of been going for a few weeks now, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I'm just trying to push it because there's a lot of fan channels out there, but I just wanted to do a channel that gives, like the tag says, gives real football fans a voice amongst real football fans. Everyone here, I'm a real football fan. You can come on and just talk about it. You don't need to come on and talk about your club, talk about anything you want. So yeah, I'm going to get going in a second. Please email. So it's footballfanpaul@gmail.com. It's been running on the little ticker below. And I'll keep you updated. Send you the links when we're going live and things like that. I promise you I won't bombard you with emails and advertising and stuff like that. That's not what it's all about. It's all about giving football fans an opportunity to talk. So yeah, do that. Take advantage of it. Good luck to Truro City tomorrow. Give us a like, subscribe and stuff like that. We're on Facebook, so look up the Supporters Club on Facebook. You'll find us. I'm going to be going live on TikTok soon in the next week or so. I'm just waiting for I've got to wait 28 days. So that's once that's done, then we'll be going live on there as well. So we are also on Twitch. So it's been broadcasting on Twitch as well. So thank you very much to everyone getting involved. Owen and Finn and Kerry as well. I know Jippet has been on the messaging. So thank you to everyone. I know we've had quite a few watchers tonight. So thanks to everyone. And no matter who you support, no matter what team it is, best of luck for you for the weekend, unless you support Arsenal. Then no, best of luck to everyone this weekend. Enjoy your football, keep loving it, keep talking about football, because we all love it. Everyone's got opinions, haven't they? So yeah, keep going. And but as well, best of luck to Truro tomorrow. We need a win, don't they? So yeah, best of luck to them. So thank you very much, and I will see you soon.